What if you have this particular interesting chart in this your 八字, whereby we call it a Fuyin chart? A Fuyin chart is a chart whereby all the stamps itself are in the same box, in the same palace itself, whereby everything is very synchronized. So having said that, if you have this particular interesting chart, then is somebody who is very focused. They can really focus and do what they like to do, and because of that, you should not be disturbing them. You should not try to make them do multiple things at one time. So it's for somebody who is very focused, and of course in some people's eyes he can be too focused and at the same time can be very stubborn. So when a person who is a Fuyin Chart person, one of the main characteristic is that he is very stubborn. And of course, in my other video, I was talking about this Simon Deaf Door person who is also a stubborn person. But in the event that comparatively to a Fuyin Chart and a Deaf Door person, then Fuyin Chart person in terms of stubbornness is actually far much more extreme compared to a Deaf Door person. So Fuyin person is somebody at least 3 to 5 times more stubborn comparatively to a Deaf Door person. So you must understand the extreme case itself. So in any cases, if you were to communicate or you have a family member or friends who is a Fuyin person, he is a very focused person. That means he can actually do a lot of things. He can achieve a lot of things because of his focusedness. But of course, having said that, he will miss a lot of opportunity because whatever he thinks that is correct or wrong, he will just go according to what he thinks it is. So in this aspect itself, it's not easy to convince him if he believes that this particular thing is not worth to go for. So in this context itself, how do we communicate with such kind of people is that we must understand that as a person who is very stubborn, they have their own way of thinking, and because of have their own way of thinking, they will be always thinking about what is right and what is wrong for themselves. So other people's opinion will not matter at all, but they are okay to receive information. That means if you were to share information with them and in a very diplomatic way, then they are okay with it. And of course, end of the day is they will decide whether the information you share with them is correct or not, whether they will accept or not. That is based on their own initiative and their intuition. So having said that, we also have to understand that because of this person's stubbornness, it's not going to be easy to change them. And the way you approach with such kind of people is do not use force, you do not push them and let them decide. Then use a more softer approach to communicate with them. Do not use harsh word. That means you have to be very friendly with them, talk to them in a very calm and smoothing manner whereby you do not argue, because the more you argue, the more harsh tone you use, apparently it will not work towards them. You see, so such kind of Fuyin person, you have to be a bit more mindful. They can be a very good leader and they can be a very good worker, or because they are very focused in what they are doing. So, but of course, having said that, their stubbornness will actually create a lot of problem. You see, so that's the overall summary about this person who is a Fuyin Chart. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you around in the next video.